Hello, welcome to my channel. It's Sharon from Be Divine Vintage. As you are aware, I've been making a Water Babies journal. Well, I've got my signatures ready. I'll put the links below. Well, now I'm making the cover. So I just thought I'd bring you along with me to show how I put this cover together. It's been I had to think it through a little bit actually, because of some of the fabrics that I'm using. So that's why I wanted to show you. So anyway, welcome to my subscribers, to my new subscribers, and to everyone who's just dropping into this video to have a look what I'm doing. If you like the video, please subscribe, and also I'd love your comments as well. So basically, let's flip this over. This is my journal cover. Yes, it's quite a big one. It actually measures, let's have a look. So 7.5 by 10.5 inches. So that's the front and the back. And the spine is obviously 10.5 by 3.5. I've got 5 signatures to put in. I'm having to make it quite sturdy because I've got a very chunky dangle. I can put the link below to how I made the dangle. And I'm using some quite, I'm using a silk, so I didn't want to, I tried the glue on it, but the glue was coming through the silk, so I just want to be, you know, careful. Careful is the word I'm looking for. So I didn't want the silk flat against the card. I wanted something underneath it, just not a lot of padding, but just a little bit. So there's some padding on there. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's just have a look at what I've done here. So I've cut out my 3 pieces, my front, my back, my spine, and I've put them together, leaving a little gap in between to allow the journal to close. And I have used, to secure that, you can use masking tape is a great thing to use. But I got this cotton tape, so you can use bookbinder's tape, which is similar to this. I think this reminds me of many centuries ago when I worked in A&E, of what we used to use to strap up broken fingers and things. And I got this at a... I don't know actually where I got it from, whether I got it or somebody gave it to me. I think I did get it somewhere. So basically, I've wrapped the first side around, which is here, and I've brought it round the top and the bottom. Make sure that your pages are all the same size, not your pages, your journal front and back, or else you'll end up with a wonky journal. And then just use the tape to secure. I'm going to do a floating spine in this, so you will not see the stitching on the spine. I'm going to put another piece down there because I can see I'm quite near the edge there. I've not gone very straight. So I'm going to do a floating spine in this. There's loads of videos on how to do floating spines. So when I finish this video, the next time you see it, the signatures will already be stitched in. I find stitching in signatures so challenging. Do you? I wish somebody had just invented a very, very easy way of doing it. Right, let's pop that down there. Just ordered myself a new pair of dungarees. I don't know why, but when I'm in the craft room, I like to wear my dungarees. But I've had these so long. They're so comfy though, but they are getting a little bit fragile. I could patch them, and I will patch them. But now I'll have 2 pairs of work dungarees. And when I do my craft fairs, I like to have my dungarees on. So I've got a craft fair coming up in April, so I thought let's get some dungarees sorted. Right, there we go. It's nice and secure. And then I had a look at my, I think you call it batting in America. We call it wadding. And I didn't have any sheets. I just had these rolls. These were some that I'd bought for another project. So I thought, well, let's just use them up. What am I going to glue them onto there with? Because once they're glued on, pretty. Oh God, I'm jumping ahead of myself. So I was going to use my book binder's glue, but then I thought, yesterday I was using this temporary adhesive, and I thought, well, actually, this would suffice. So my book binder's glue is so precious because it's very expensive, and it's not something I really needed to fit batting on with. So there we go. So I put that onto there, and using what we've got, because I'm trying my hardest not to buy anything. Saying that, you know, my new doll's house, I keep buying things for my doll's house because I think, oh, well, it's not craft. It's not craft. So I'm going to have to stop before my husband realises what I'm doing. So my doll's house came with some furniture, and he keeps saying to me, where's this furniture from? Not seen this before. And I'm like, oh, it came with their doll's house. Oops. I slipped up though with I bought a wicker crib because I saw that the Victorians like the wicker cribs. My doll's house is about 1830s, 40s. It's around the time Queen Victoria came in to reign in the UK. And the crib I'd bought was a Lloyd Loom one, which Lloyd Loom didn't start production until 1917, so I slipped up a bit there. Slipped up. So he said, I don't remember this coming with the doll's house. I said, neither do I. I said, she must have popped it in as an extra. So this little bit in the middle here, I'm just using some of this wadding, and I'll just stretch it into place there, just to fill in the gaps. So then I'm thinking, what am I going to fix my fabric on with? Because my fabric, let's just pop that out of the way. I'll pop that one out of the way. Have that many drawers. Can't remember what goes in what. So my fabric, again, is vintage sort of damask silk. And it's very beautiful. Here it is. This is the one that I've used in the book as well. It's actually curtain fabric, but it is absolutely beautiful, and there's actually like a shot of gold through it. I don't know if you can sort of see that gold. And the colour, I just thought it's goes perfectly. I was going to buy some watermark taffeta, but then I thought, no, we're not buying anything. Let's have a look through. And I'd forgotten about this vintage silk. Now I do know that it's got roses on, but it still looks like it could be the water, don't you think? Right, so what I'm going to do here now is I'm just going to apply the temporary adhesive again. I got this from Hobbycraft. It's just a spray on adhesive. Now I know this isn't temporarily on here, but it's a fixative that the glue doesn't come through. And I thought, well, actually, once it's on and secured on the other sides, it's not going to go anywhere. So let's have a go now at putting this on. So I'm going to get my spray, give it a shake. I don't know, I've got a Pritt stick out. I'm certainly not be using a Pritt stick. Right. I'm going to spray onto there. I'm giving it quite a good coat of that. Oops. I'm going to get my fabric. Here we go now. And I'm just going to sort of look exactly where I want it to be, because I have a feeling once this is on, it's there to stay. I'll sort of damage my batting if I pulled it off. So I'm putting that on and smoothing it down. Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. I think I should leave it for any length of time. Oh. Let's just keep smoothing it. So I've got lots of projects on the go. I'm just going to chat now because I just want to give this a little bit of time to... a lovely... I've got quite a few projects on the go. I've just bought another doll making course and a bit obsessed with making dolls. I've only ever actually made one, but I will be making more. I'll be showing you. Right, back to this. Let's just leave that a moment. If you remember the Water Babies book that I had, it is something like this. That was the front of it. So what I've done here is I've printed it landscape onto fabric, and this fabric it's a heavy cotton calico which I've previously dyed, and I dyed it sort of so it looked like it might have been in the water, you know, so it's not an even dye on it. So I did that. I think there's some of this for sale in my shop for a journal cover. If you have a look on my Etsy shop, Beady Wine Vintage. So I printed onto that, printed landscape, and I've got two because I'm going to put one on the front and one on the back. So I printed them onto paper. Let's just take them off. And I used this. Again, this is what gave me the idea yesterday, using that to fix the calico on. That is still quite sticky, you see, and that's why I thought it would be good for this cover. So I've got the Water Babies there. So I'm actually just going to cut that and I'm going to tear it. So that will go on part of my book, because I wanted some for the front and some for the back as well. So part of this beautiful, beautiful fabric will be covered. Oh, I love that. This is the back. Here I put it through, you see there, and it got jammed. But I thought, well, never mind. It's these things happen. Work with it. Work with it. That's my motto. Don't buy anything and just work with it. So I'm going to cut it there. Now I know we've still got this bit on where it caught in the printer, but I actually don't mind that. I think it just adds to the old watery effect. This little strip here I'll save, because I'll probably, well, not probably, I will use that when I start to make the tags. So that's part of my front, part of my back. Oh, he's going to look funny with no head, isn't he? We'll see. We'll see what we decide. Right, so that should have had time to set. So I'm going to lift it. Now this, as I just showed you on that other paper, it remains sticky. The paper remains sticky. So I'm actually just going to put a fresh piece of this down in baking paper. So I have cleaned and wiped this side, but I don't want anything to accidentally go on my journal cover. Right, so if we turn it over, there we go. We can just peel that off. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right, so now is the job of just fixing this onto here. Oh, because it's got a little bit of the sticky on it. That's really good. That'll certainly help. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix this around. I'm going to keep this length of silk, because it will all add to the strength of the journal cover. So shall I just fold that in there? That's just folded really, really nice, actually. Normally I sort of cut across, you know, to make a neater corner, but because it's fine silk, it's actually come across really, really nice itself. So this is the point where I'm going to use fabric tack. Yes, and I'm going to pull it tight because this will help to keep it tight on the front, because remember it's only a temporary fixative I put on the front. You might have a permanent fixed spray. I tried the E6000 one and I wasn't happy. It came through onto the silk. So, right, I'm going to pull this up as tight as I can. Fix that down. Can you see how it's starting to come through? You can see the shape. That's why I didn't want to use it on the front. So much to think about when you're journal making, about your different glues that you might want to use. I love Fabri-Tac. That's the Chalk one, the go-to. I love the Pritt dry sticks. That's my go-to. I love tacky glue. And I love this temporary spray adhesive as well. So they're the ones I always make sure I've got in stock. So my year of no buying, I will just replenish those glue stocks. I've got some other glues left from sort of last year that I've not used yet. I've got the E6000 spray. I've got the Fabri-Tac spray, which I had a disaster with from the supplier. So, right. So yeah, they're the ones I've got in from purchasing last year. But this year I'll only replenish these glues that I absolutely need. Oh, and I have E6000, the ordinary glue. I'm pulling it nice and tight, but not too tight that it sort of pulls the silk out of shape. Love it. It dries quick, this Fabri-Tac. It does dry quick, but it's sort of a little bit pliable, so you can still work with it and move it for a few minutes. Oops, sorry for nudging my camera then. There we go. There we go. Right. I've been saving all these threads because I'm going to make some flowers out of them all. Because this is this absolutely sheds its threads like nothing on earth. But because I'm a thread lover, it doesn't bother me. Right, so now we said I'd try and just, they could just fold very, very nicely across there. It's such fine fabric, you know. If I cut it, I don't want more threads coming along. Right, let's put some glue on there. And put that, you see? Yep. Put that onto there. So all this will be hidden underneath the floating spine. So it's still important to make sure that you do it beautifully, even though it will be hidden. Everything should be done beautifully. Just cut that bit off there. Right, so now I'm going to put the glue on here. I feel really nervous about this because I've done loads of spines this way, but I've never just secured it with a temporary fix. So I'm scared of what it's going to be like on the other side. You see how it's coming through? Yeah, we really didn't want that on your journal cover, did we? If you have any comments, if you've done glued silk using a different glue that I've not mentioned, please let me know below. What a beautiful colour this is. My bridesmaid's dresses were this colour, and it was a watermark taffeta way back in the 80s. I realise this year we've been married 39 years, hubby and I. 39 years. I was like, wow. We went out for a nice meal last night. And so when we go out for meals, we always go with the family. We always go with the family. We treat the family. Let's go for a nice meal. Yeah, and one of us, either me or hubby, is driving. So last night we said, no, just the two of us. So we had a lovely meal. Lovely Chateaubriand. Realised we've been married for 39 years. Realised it was 26 years. 26 years just gone that I had breast cancer. Wow, yeah. Yes, I had all the radical treatments, mastectomy, all the radical treatments. I was 34. I'll be around to tell the tale. Here I am. The lump I found myself. During my nurse training, we were taught how to examine our breasts, and that's how I found it. Myself. Always examining my breasts. From being like 19 I was when I started my nurse training. So from being 9, I'm just tidying that corner up a little bit there. So from being 19, oops, sorry, caught the camera, I've always examined my breasts. I still do. I know my breasts like the back of my hand. So when I went to the doctors, he said, oh, I can't feel a lump. There's no lump there. I said, believe you me, doc, there is a lump. And the famous words, I know we have a fantastic health service here, but his famous words were, well, because you're in a private health scheme, I'll refer, if you're so insistent, because you're in a private health scheme, I'll refer you. Wow. Wowie, what if he hadn't have referred me? Anyway, he did, and here I am to tell the tale. So ladies and gentlemen, always examine your breasts every month at least. Get to know your breasts. There we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow. That's just, can we zoom out a little bit? Can we zoom out? I don't know, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. It's gonna look amazing, don't you think? I just love it as it is. You know, when you think, oh no, don't spoil it with anything. Well, I am going to, not spoil it, I'm going to enhance it with my water babies. So I'm going to pop that on there. And I'm going to just fold that under. So it'll look like that. That is lovely, isn't it? What do you think? Or do I just put it there at the end? The water babies. This is all lovely, isn't it? Do I just put the little boy on there? Actually, I think that's quite nice there. Then we get to see some of this too. Right. Let's just tear him off about there. Whoop. Sorry, water babies. Right, so I am going to use some, I like the tone effect, do you? I am going to use some Fabric-Tac on this. Oh, it's your lip. I'm going to use some Fabric-Tac. I don't want to use loads. I don't want the Fabric-Tac to come through this lovely cotton. All these dangly bits. Get a bit intense, don't look at it all sticking on. Right, I'm going to do this and sort of spread it out. My mum goes, ugh, how can you touch that? Ugh. Let's put some more on. Easy, mother. Easy. I've had worse things on my hands, being a nurse, being a children's nurse, I definitely have. And nursing elderly, yep. So, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Right, the glue is on there, that is very sticky. Very sticky. Let me just wipe it off my fingers. Oh, nearly started singing then. My dad was a person who sung loads. If he knew a song, if he said anything and he knew a song that was related to it, he used to sing it. My lovely dad. Right, so that is the thing there. There we go. See, I can always put a piece of lace down there if I choose to, or something. Just thinking what a piece of that. No, probably a piece of lace. And this is going to fold over there. So that will be covered with the floating spine. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. I hope you're enjoying the video and that you pick something up from it. So there is the cover, partially done. Yes, I think a piece of lace down there will look nice. I'm going to leave that on there. So on the back, oh, so I've got the child without a head. I've got his head here. No. So I could take it to about there. If I cut it off above his head, what do you think? Or do I just... I think the child without a head is so obvious. Let's just tear it above his head. Right. There we go. That's... And if we just sort of put that like there... I feel like I don't want to take this one under. There, I just feel like I want to take it around there, just a tiny bit there. Yeah? Right, that's what we'll do. So today I've got my daughter and her husband and my mum coming for Sunday dinner. So I've done the appetizers, the starters. Is that appetizer? I've done the, or is that appetizers the main? Anyway, I've done the starter and we're having some sticky ribs. Not sticky ribs, no we're not, I'm lying. Sticky chicken wings. We love the restaurant called Mowgli. Don't know if you've ever been. It's Indian street food. Russ and I, hubby and I love India. We love going, well, we like going east, but we love going west to sort of India. We're off to Sri Lanka in a few weeks. So, not long since been to Florida, so, which was the cold spell. It was freezing. So, we're off to Sri Lanka. So, the sticky ribs are out of our favourite. There we go. Whoa, wrong way up. Wow, glad I caught that in time. That's gonna go just over. Oof. And I'm going to put some lace, definitely going to put some lace down there. That can go on there. Wunderbar. Yes, so I've done these sticky ribs out of my Mowgli cookbook, which my son got me at work in my Secret Santa. Yes, I know it's Secret Santa, but my son just said, I got you that, Mum. That was me. I was your Secret Santa. See how you've got a little bit of time just to manipulate this fabric tack. Gotta work quickly. Fab. Love it. Love it. Right. So that is what it is going to look like with some, I will be putting some other bits on. I need a bit more glue down there. what I will do is I will clip a baking paper sort of cover around this so it doesn't get marked or anything while I'm continuing to create. Like I said, I will be putting lace and things on. This is not the actual 100% finished. Now I do have this huge dangle, which is beautiful dangle. So I need to make a hole at this point now before my hidden spine goes on, or else I can't do it. So I'm going to make the hole. I've got this large, sturdy, what they call mini ring handles. So it's a large, I got it from Amazon, and it's by Forever Moments mini ring handle 12 set. Does it say what size? I don't think it says what size. They measure, let's have a look what they measure across. I'm going to say about 3/4 of an inch. 2 centimetres. Right, so I've got to get this in the middle now. Ruler is needed. It's 3.5, 9 centimetres, so that's 4.5, so that is there. I'm going to take that. I'm going to do this straight through to the other side. Be careful you do not poke it through your finger. You might want to do that on a piece of wood. Right, I'm actually going to put now around this side here, I'm going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac because this this silk frays really easily. I just want to protect it. So I've put that there. I'm going to push my brad through, she says. Let's just turn it over. Let's find where I've made the hole on the other side. Yeah, there. Right, so on this side, I'm just going to put a little bit of Fabri-Tac again. Remember, all this will be covered by my hidden spine. I'm going to put that down like that and flatten it as flat as I can. Then I've got some masking tape. To make this as strong as I can. I'm going to put my masking tape on one piece that way. Let's just cut that off there. I don't want anything peeking out the top, do I? And I'm just going to put a couple of pieces across as well. Can't wait to see my signature sewn in. I'm really excited. So that'll go there. Can you see where all the glue's come through on this side? Like I say, it's all going to be covered, so I'm not as concerned. But I definitely did not want it on the other side. So that now will help to secure that brad. And then when I've stuck the card spine on top with the hidden spine, it will make the brad even stronger to take the weight of the dangle. So there we go. So please leave your questions and your comments below. Do you know, I just had a terrible thought then that I'd put it on the wrong way around. Please leave your questions and your comments below. I will bring you back. My next video will be, well, not my next one. My next Water Babies video will be with the signatures sewn in and the hidden spine. And my next video, hopefully, will be my new doll's house, my new antique doll's house with, well, it's not new, it's an antique doll's house that's new to me, and we can unbox the furniture together, which I'm excited about. So there we go. So thank you so much for watching. You like it? Let's just get the signatures. Oops. This silk is getting everywhere. So here are my signatures, and they will fit in there very, very beautifully. there we go, the cover for the Water Babies journal. Thank you so much for watching. You've been watching Sharon at Be Divine Vintage. Please like and subscribe this video. Share if you want to do into your other groups. My Etsy shop and my Instagram and my Facebook are all Be Divine Vintage, BeADivine Vintage. Bead as in a bead, a glass bead, a necklace bead, and then the same D for divine. Very important to me, the divine. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.